Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your May monthly horoscopes for 2019 for all the zodiac signs. If you are first tuning into this channel for the very first time and you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as a notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. Also be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. And don't forget to book a private psychic reading at www.raymondguzman.net/shop if you'd like to do so. All right, let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes for this month. So this month for Aries, welcome. For you this month, Aries of May, it's going to be a different type of month than what you're used to. Now, you're not a dramatic person. You're not someone that likes to be confrontational, but this month starts off a little bit for some of y'all, Aries out there, where you may be retracted, more in your bubble, finding that when you have a downtime or alone time, or what we would call me time, for yourself, you are going to be feeling a little bit more centered, more balanced. But when you start getting around a lot of people, because trust me, May is going to be a month in which you will be surrounded by a lot of different energies and people, especially in large groups. If you're like out and, taking a vacation, you're traveling, you're in a mall. Basically, if there's a large group of people around you, a lot of you can be finding that the energies are going to be a little oppressive. Some of you may feel a little out of balance. And so this month there's a theme of you kind of like retracting back into your safe space and staying there. There are some battles that you are going to win, but this could be like an argument with someone later in the month. There are just some, upsets or some upheavals that you will have to, tackle during the beginning of the month. But as the month progresses, you have a lot of different thoughts and choices and some opportunities to present themselves to you, specifically in your business and career area. You'll be finding that there's a lot of balance with that. But some of you are, on a journey right now of self-discovery. You're trying to figure out this life, what you want to do next in this life. And a lot of you may have travel plans. So you may be thinking out in the future, like, in the month of May would be a good month to, take a trip, an impromptu trip, or just travel to another country to visit it, to get kind of out of your realm, out of your physical space. Towards the end of the month, a lot of you are going to be facing someone else. So if those of you that are in a relationship, there may be some problems in the relationship that surface that had not been so prevalent in the beginning of the month. And this is something that you may not want to do, but you're going to have to confront that person. It seems like you both are standing in your power, but there's this power struggle between you and a partner. And if you are single, this can be a power struggle between you and any other person in your life, whether it's a coworker. But there are some challenges, like I said, in some power struggles this month, which is the theme for Aries, and specifically for May. So just be on the lookout with that. If you are in a power struggle with someone else, the best thing that you can do is kind of just relax, pull back, and then you'll just be fine. But if you continue to, kind of confront them and battle it out, because that's in your nature. When you're confronted, you are Aries. That's a sign of war, of battle. You're the fierce warrior. So it's going to all depend on you, how well this month goes and how you handle each situation and each obstacle that may present itself in your path. But like I said, you will have moments in this month where you feel very confident, you feel like you're flowing, you feel like you're traveling, or the need to travel, and just being surrounded by people that you love, that raise your vibration. You'll be fine, and you'll find happiness in that. But again, just be on the lookout for, when you feel, kind of overwhelmed with a lot of energies, you may need to take some time for yourself to recharge your batteries, etc. So wishing every Aries big angel hugs, and may you all have a blessed month. Actually, this month is going to be my birthday. May 26th is my birthday, so I am so excited. So thank you so much, and let's get on to the next horoscope. Taurus, this month for you, Taurus, it's going to be a month in which a lot of you out there could be finding that you feel like you're, going through some challenges in your friendships. Your friendships are going to be tested this month. It's a very month to keep it very real, to keep a good eye on who, is telling you that they're your friend and who is actually showing you. And it's like when that saying comes around, that if you are in a tough situation, you know who your real friends are because they'll be the ones that support you regardless of what is going on in your life. That's the kind of energy that is being shown this month to you. A lot of revelations that are being made to you on a deeper level. So a lot of you are going to be clearing space. A lot of you are celebrating birthdays in the month of May. So a lot of you may be, going on trips, vacations. Your significant partner may be surprising you on an impromptu trip or giving you a gift that is kind of extravagant or eccentric in nature. And you are eccentric. Many of you Taurians out there are very eccentric. You like, the finer things in life. So this is going to be a month about not feeling guilty about indulging in kind of expressing yourself through your fashion, through your clothing, through things that make you feel good as a person. You need to kind of embrace who you are completely and really just enjoying life, because right now, the universe is presenting you different options in your path. You could have some career opportunities that are very important to you. This is a good time to be in your writing, on your downtime. I'm just kind of observing. And it is in your nature to kind of give and want to help people and nurture them and be like that mama bear or papa bear. But right now, it's all about you and really focusing on your love life, your relationships, your friendships. This is a time of celebration. It's a time of kind of, you're going to feel for a lot of you Taurians out there, a lot of you will be feeling very celebratory and really wanting to go out big and do things, maybe go to a concert, go to an opera, etc. So these are going to be things, and it could be as simple as just having a family reunion or a family get together, or going to the park and having a picnic with your loved one. But there is a lot of that element. A lot of you also are going to be working very, very hard this month in particular, even if it's your birth month for some of you. Some of you will have your birthday this month, but there is also a lot of hard work being put in, and a lot of you may be walking away from a career into a new career. A lot of you may be starting some new jobs this month of May. So there's a lot of back and forth going on, but whatever the situation is, one thing that is very positive is that for those of you that are single, there's potential for this month's like a power month for you Taurians, where you very well could meet your soulmate or a twin flame or just someone that's a kindred soul or kindred spirit to you. And very familiar, you may just click right away. So those of you that are single, you have something to look up towards. But for those of you that are in a relationship, and keep in mind, this is not going to be every single Taurian out there. But like I said, the beginning of the month is very good. It's all, up until the middle of the month, everything's going good in your relationship. But later in the month, there's a potential for a select few of Taurians out there, not all of you, to experience some kind of heartbreak. This could be someone, your partner cheating on you with someone else. It could be something that's just a dispute between you and another person and your partner. But there are some disagreements and some things will be coming to the light. And whatever it is, it's going to be something that has been going on for quite some time, and it needs to come out. It needs to come out, and you need to kind of hear that. So again, just take it as it is. It is what it is, and just go with the flow. Don't try to resist it, because if you try to avoid what you are seeing or what you are validated with information, and you just keep it to yourself, you're harboring onto that energy, and it's not a pleasant or good energy. So again, that is the month in a nutshell for Taurus for May 2019. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget, if you'd like to book a private psychic reading, you can go to my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings and love and light. Gemini, this month for you, Gemini, it is a month of you really standing in your power. May is going to be a lot of you are starting because Gemini's birthday starts on the 21st and runs through June. So a lot of you are going to be in a festive month leading up to your birthday. A lot of you are going to be, on a very intense but yet very rewarding type of month. My birthday's on May 26th. Hello, Gemini. So I'm very excited for my birthday, and and just the month of May has always been a very good month to me. And for a lot of you Geminis, I feel like the month of May may be good for you as well. There is a lot going on though. A lot of us are not going to tolerate any kind of BS basically to show up and kind of ruin the energy of this month. So if you've been feeling the last couple of months as a Gemini that you may not have had the upper hand in a situation, or that things are outside of your control, this is a month of when you're going to show people who you are, that you are that boss girl, you are that boss guy. You are standing in your power. It's about boss power this month, and it's some people are not going to handle it well, and you're going to kind of cut these people out of your life. You are at a point right now where you really don't have time for the mind games, those people that kind of, say one thing but do another and show you, they show you basically who they are, like their true colors are revealed, and you can see through that. There's nothing they can really hide because you're very intuitive. So that is something that you're going to be paying attention to this month. But you need to be very careful this month in particular, because throughout everything that is going positive, that will be going positive in your life, there is still a small area or room of deception that can follow with you being too trusting of someone. And this feels like it's a male energy, and this person is very immature. They could be very much just greedy and trying to get something out of their friendship or connection with you. So Spirit is saying to basically stay awakened and aware of your surroundings, and don't get too clouded, because as Geminis, we are thinking about everything and planning everything, trying ahead of time, and we're trying to multitask and do things, at the same time, and yet be spiritual, and yet be, a mom, brother, or son, or, you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, we're like everywhere, thinking about everything ahead of time and planning also the present, trying to organize that. So you can kind of easily get your energy scattered and not be paying attention to the signs and to the people that are immediately in your friends, your social circle, or in your work life. Pay attention to that. There are going to be some things that happen earlier in the month. Later in the month, like mid-month, where you may get into some kind of confrontation, and you may have to really kind of, you feel like you're kind of, in a war with people. People are going to piss you off. There's going to be some conversations that are not healthy. You may be feeling attacked by people, but you will come out of it okay. Remember to kind of vibrate and go back into that place of love. It is in our nature sometimes to defend ourselves, but you have nothing to prove to anyone. You are, and you're standing in your power. You're very confident. You know who you are regardless. Anyone that is judging you, it's their perception, it's their their damage, it's not yours. So don't get into that. There's also an element of trickery. I don't like talking like that about myself and about other people, but Geminis can be tricksters, and you know what I'm talking about if you're listening, meaning that, we have a poker face sometimes, and it's not that we do it intentionally, but sometimes it's like a self-preservation or protection mechanism that is operating from a bigger place. So pay attention and make sure that you're not putting on a facade, and you are keeping it real and being very authentic. And this is something that for myself as well, we're all humans, and it's not just Geminis, but any other sign. There's people at certain times that put up masks. So Spirit is saying basically for us to be very authentic. Don't fall into that trickery of saying lies and lying to people, or not being honest, because it can catch up to you. It can catch up to us. So we need to keep it real this month in particular. Even though we may be tempted, there's no such thing as a white lie. I've learned that, as a white lie, or a bad lie. They're all lies when it comes down to it. So stay very authentic. There, like later in the month, like I said, there's going to be something very special going on. You may be called to celebrate someone. There could be some kind of big party or event that you're invited to. Your energy is requested, and there's a lot of focus with your family and your friends towards the end of the month of May, where you will be spending a lot of time with them. And like I said, some of you will be celebrating your birthday. Um, and now, like, a lot of you could be introduced to love or preparing to for someone that is coming into your life or has come into your life recently. There is some spiritual talk among being like in love or the onset of those kind of feelings. So be very open to everything that is coming to you this month, in particular, Gemini. So big angel hugs to all my fellow Geminis out there, Gemini power, and I'm wishing you all a fantastic birth month. I know also into June for my June Geminis. Wishing you all the best, and big angel hugs to each and every one of you. Cancer, welcome back to my channel. This is your horoscopes for May 2019. So when I get into your horoscope for this month of May, Cancer, a lot of you Cancerians out there are in a position right now where financially there could be some issues. A lot of you may be worried about your money or planning on how you're going to get ahead. A lot of you could be bombarded with some unexpected events. Maybe you've gotten evicted from an apartment, or you were staying with a roommate and that situation has turned toxic. So a lot of you will be seeking some new shelters, some new places of living, new refuge, new energy to share your space and your time with, and kind of gravitating. A lot of you want to be alone. You don't want to be bothered with, you don't want to be messed with, you don't want to be caught up in any drama this month. But a lot of you will be moving away from those kind of situations into a more positive mindset later in the month, like the second week of the month going into the third week of the month. Some of you are going to be very fixated on kind of helping other people, and you will be spending your time, and through that a lot of you may have potential to earn some money, even if you are doing it as a volunteer basis. Someone may reward you monetarily or in some other kind of way that is kind of could be equivalent to like money, or getting paid for your service or your energy. So a lot of you will be very generous and wanting to help other people. And this not only kind of speaks to your career and to your money and to, receiving, but also what you gain from all of this is like good friendships and bonds are created through the month of May for a lot of you Cancerians out there. Later in the month, you're feeling very fulfilled. Like towards the third and fourth week of the month, you're going to be feeling very fulfilled in every aspect of your life. Are going to be feeling very centered, and like things just make, you're taking stock of your opportunities and your pathways. And some of you may be, taking a visit to, especially if you're single and you just met someone, or if you are in a relationship with someone, but they live maybe in a different state. A lot of you could be doing some traveling this month to go and meet a person, basically going, traveling, maybe not to meet them, but just to get out of your, your zone, get out of the area that you're in. Some of you could be taking some cruises out there, but there is a lot of, good energy that is being exchanged, and a lot of sexual communication that is being exchanged. So some of you, like I said, may be falling into the romantic part and really wanting to spend time with your partner, which is very essential in a good, healthy relationship, because there needs to be communication, there needs to be love shown and given and reciprocated. And so a lot of you are seeking that this month of May, in order to kind of, know exactly where you stand and feel a little bit more centered. Some of you will be feeling very in sync and connected when you are with your partner. And if you're not with your partner and you miss them, a lot of you could be very emotional, moody, just not feeling, very well. So it's, again, very important month for you to be out there with your partners, wherever you are in the world. So that is a horoscope for the month of May for Cancer. Leo, this month for you, Leo, it is going to be a month in which you are going to be really focused on your life right now and where you are. A lot of you are going to be ending certain thoughts, certain patterns, certain ways of feeling and being right now in this month of May. There are going to be some moments where that are a little darker, where you are kind of having to do some soul searching and really kind of change the trajectory or the past and the way that you react to certain situations, and knowing that accepting that some things are outside of your control and that you're only responsible for your own emotions is very important this month, because you could easily get pissed off. A lot of you could easily get caught up in a situation where there's an argument or a fight, and that's kind of immature. That is immature energy, and again, a lot of you need to kind of deviate away from that. Otherwise, you are going to have a very miserable month for some of you out there, not all of the Leos, but for some of you out there where you're just, stuck in these fears that are manifesting. You're very fearful, you're feeling very emotional, and these are the things that you need to kind of be on the lookout for and really kind of deviate away from. There will be focus on your love life, and for those of you that are single, you have a potential to be with a partner, so there's a lot of exchange of communication in that area. A lot of you are also walking away from fruitless situations, situations that no longer bring you any kind of peace or any kind of good vibes or feelings in your life. So a lot of you will be moving away from that and really kind of taking a self journey in your own path to really discover what is it at this point in your life that is making you happy, what is making you sad, what is holding you back from, just being who you want to be and what you want to achieve in this lifetime. So again, there's going to be a lot of thoughts this month for Leo in particular about who you are, what's your purpose right now in your life. Are you really kind of trapped into a cycle of that is never ending and is just going and on and things are repeating itself? Maybe you're accepting a partner back into your life that's toxic. Maybe your thoughts are kind of obsessive on someone from your past and you can't get rid of that ex, and you're bothered that they are happy with someone else or that they have moved on with something else. And although this is very painful for some of you to be listening to, if you're in that situation, I can understand your pain, but part of your self-growth and your discovery is to let go of it and know that you cannot be giving your power away to people because they are renting space in your head. Again, when you are angry and upset at people, you're giving them power. You're giving them a room in your head, in your mental space, in your soul, for them to keep renting that space, and it keeps their energy alive, and you don't want that toxic energy anymore in your life. So it's going to be very hard but very essential for y'all to release those feelings, those thoughts that keep you trapped and bound to these people. That's very unhealthy, and again, it's a work in progress, but you can say all day that you're making progress and that you're working with a therapist or etc., or that you're letting go. But if you're constantly checking their social media and you're kind of constantly following them around and kind of asking through friends of a friend, or coming up with a fake profile and stalking them in some kind of way, those are unhealthy coping mechanisms, and it shows a lot of codependency from a lot of you out there. So again, you're going to have to kind of break those cycles, get out of that mindset. You're no longer needing to be trapped, and some of you will master this lesson this month of May, and some of you will be stuck still in that pattern. And what you will do when you are stuck in that pattern is that you will retract away from those closest friends that kind of have pointed this out to you and have made it known to you that you have an issue that you need healing in. And what you'll do is you'll lessen that communication because you'll feel judged by a lot of these energies and these people that are kind of trying to help you, but you don't want the help because you like to be in that kind of energy still and have that energy cord attachment to these souls that are not really benefiting you. They're not elevating you. They're not paying your bills. But you're giving them, they're stealing your joy. You see what I'm saying? So again, I'm keeping it very real. This is a very, very real message for Leo out there for the month of May. And again, it may not apply to all of you Leos out there, but for some of you, it may apply, and you have to really, really pull back your reins, like step back into your power. And the only way you can do that is to acknowledge what you deserve in your life. People will treat you the way that you feel that you deserve to be treated. So if you start setting up boundaries, you start, not really letting them overstep you and do whatever they think they can do to you. you are going to be claiming your respect, and you're going to get that respect back. So again, blessings and love and light. This is the message for Leo for the May 2019. Virgo, this month for you, Virgo, it is going to be a month in which a lot of you are traveling. A lot of you are communicating with a partner, ready to kind of travel, really kind of, really to kind of sit back and observe the world and really just have a good time. A lot of you are going to be, showered with love and shown how appreciated you are by a partner. And you may be that one person that is showing love to another partner as well. If that's not your partner showing it to you, you will be showing it to them. But there is a lot of focus on your love life, a lot of focus on really just at this point in your life right now for this month in particular of really kind of reaping your rewards and really getting into a good spot where things are very clear, things are very evident of what you are working on. And now is a month of which you could be receiving some awards, some recognition. You could get, a lot of you could be promoted this month or get a pay raise. That's not going to apply to every single Virgo out there, but that's the energy. Some of you also will utilize this month towards the middle of the month to kind of get away from a situation. So this could be you leaving a job, moving away from, your current city. A lot of you will be doing some of these early spring movements where you're kind of moving away from a city or a job or from people in your life that no longer serve you to embark on a new journey of self-discovery. And that's like a major theme for all signs for the month of May of 2019, a month of self-discovery and really going on journeys for a lot of you out there. There is like a motherly figure or a motherly energy that is either in this world or on the other side for a lot of you Virgos that is kind of reminding you, and this could even be yourself kind of wanting to be that mother energy, that mother earth energy, and really nurturing people around you. There's a lot of care being shown this month for a lot of you out there. But this month will not go off without, having some complications towards the end of the month. There's a potential to be very careful at the end of the month because at the end of the month, a lot of you could be experiencing some upheavals, some conflicts with people. Again, this could be over something very petty, something that you're not even worried about, but you get kind of in this, war, this upset of exchange of words, this discussion. It could turn very nasty and very toxic at the very same time. It could lead to gossip. So again, just be very, very mindful that you're not the one spreading the gossip, that you're keeping a high vibration, not low vibrations, and to get away from the drama. Don't get pulled into it, especially if you know that's going to be the end result for that. So that's the horoscope for this month, for the month of May 2019 for the sign of Virgo. Libra, this month for Libra, it is going to be a month in which a lot of you are standing in your home life. Your home life is coming to the forefront in this month, and so there's a lot of focus and attention on things that need to be done. Perhaps you've been so bogged down with work and other things that you haven't really been focusing or putting the love into your space, and that can affect your moods this month. It can also be that a family member that lives with you in the same household is going through some issues this month with their own partner, especially if you have grown children that are living with you, or any kind of other situation with your family where it's kind of dramatic. They say things maybe that come off a little judgmental at many times. So there's going to be you stepping into your power, really addressing all of this and kind of ameliorating the situation and really reassessing what is going on. Some of you also this month could be kind of feeling almost like you are stepping into the unknown, and that brings fear to you, whether it's like changing a job abruptly or kind of just saying I'm going to quit this job and I'm going to be self-employed, and regardless of it I'm going to make it. And oftentimes, unless you have a good support system or somebody that can help you financially when you do this and quit your job or do something that's a little life-changing, it can be very scary, and a lot of people will not step into that and do that because, again, of fear. But some of you that aren't with partners that also contribute financially to a situation may just come out one day and just say, I'm going to quit this job. I'm going to focus on going back to school for nursing or something else. There is a lot of focus right now on educating yourselves or furthering your education, and some of you are at a point where you're are graduating this month. A lot of you are maybe graduating college or high school, or some of you may be stepping into a new zone. Some of you may have children that are graduating high school. And so there's endings and new beginnings at the same time. And a lot of this kind of is new. This is a time of celebration. This is a time of tapping into your inner magic. So this is a very spiritual month for a lot of Libras out there, where you may be starting to research a lot more about spirituality, about Wiccan things, really kind of, expanding your power and tapping into that. At the same time, you don't want to let too many people know your future intentions or plans. So a lot of you will be keeping a lot of that stuff secret towards yourselves. There is also a lot of focus around your money. A lot of you could be receiving some money, either a pay raise or a gift. Again, especially if you're like graduating from college or something like that. There's a lot of money being shown for the month of May for some Libras. So some of you may be coming into some money. There is also this feeling that, even though you've worked so hard and you've accomplished so much, there may be a feeling for some of you that, it's not good enough, or it's just not enough, or it's not being well received by other people the way that perhaps that you wanted them to, celebrate you and your greatness. Regardless if people accept the path that you're on. Maybe you've just bought a new house, or you've moved into a new house, and now it's kind of sinking into people around you. Whatever the situation is, Spirit wants you to really just be grateful and know that you're blessed and you're protected. And regardless of what other people think about you, say about you, or do, it's nothing really about you. It's about themselves and their insecurities and their own projections of energy. So don't get yourself down. Don't feel triggered by people. Just keep your chin up and keep marching ahead. And that's the best message that I can give you for the month of May for the sign of Libra. So thank you so much, and big angel hugs to all of you Libras out there. Scorpio, this month of May 2019 for Scorpio is very interesting because there's a lot of focus on your money. This is a month of you working hard. A lot of you really celebrating, your success. A lot of you have saved up and now you're ready to purchase something. There's a lot of focus on where your money's going. How can you, continue on this upward swing, or continue on this good pattern or this path of being an entrepreneur. So a lot of you could be kind of stepping more into your entrepreneurial type of mindset, thinking about the future, business plans, developing them, getting maybe investors for those of you that are working on larger scope projects like that, in that nature. A lot of you may be reassessing your bank accounts, your finances, and kind of where your money is going. And some of you may want to cut back on some expenses, and some of you may be more willing. But there is this element of power where people in your family, perhaps children or a spouse, may be coming to you where they know that you manage the money. And usually Scorpios are very good at managing money. Again, that may not be for every Scorpio, but most Scorpios are. So a lot of, of them may be coming towards you for advice, or to kind of borrow money, or to get, if you have allowances for your children, they may want their allowance early. But there is this element about something about money and them wanting some money from you. This could be even friends wanting money, to borrow money, and the promise to pay you back. The problem with that is that you need to be very careful who you lend money to this month, if you do, because again, if you are borrowing money with a promise for them to pay back, you have to consider their character, and in the past, how have they treated you. Some people usually will ask to borrow money and they never pay you back. And again, you run that risk with people. So you're going to have to tap into your intuition and trust that. In your work life, a lot of you are going to be working very long hours this month. Some of you may be doing overtime. Some of you may be traveling, and it's kind of taking a toll on you. You may be working longer shifts. So be sure to take some time out, listen to your body, and really kind of balance your energy, because some of you may be just running yourself and burning your energy really bad. There is some focus on love this month as well for some Scorpios out there. So a lot of you may be stuck in more of a romantic situation, or wanting to spend time with your honey, spend time with your, your partner, and work comes into it, where it kind of may prevent your schedule from being with that person the way that you want to. So again, there's going to be a lot of give and take. There's going to have to be a lot of you out there kind of setting boundaries that are healthy for yourself. And if you're not careful, at the end of the month, some of you could be walking away from a relationship, from a romantic type of situation or relationship that has been, on your mind, and just things may not be working out because, again, there could be some factors like your work life, or you just not feeling very committed to the person. So be very honest with how you feel, and make sure there is communication between you and that other person. So this is the horoscope for the month of May 2019 for the horoscope of Scorpio, sign of Scorpio. Big angel hugs to each and every one of you out there. Sagittarius, for a lot of you Sagittarians out there, this is going to be a month in which you, a lot of you could be kind of juggling two different paths, two different things in your life right now, but you're not sure of which direction to take. A lot of you could be contemplating, traveling as well overseas. There's a lot of different things going on this month with Sagittarius, but what has you really concerned is about your finances and kind of two different opportunities, two different options, and you're going to have to make a decision. This is a month about making decisions and sticking to them, and being patient, because a lot of you could be applying for new jobs, going on interviews, and just, kind of running yourself into an anxiety or panic attack because you haven't heard back from that person or that place. And Spirit is saying this is a month for you to kind of step out of that anxiety and be patient. That's a lesson that you have to master this month for some of you Sagittarians out there. You are also very much grateful, and you're smelling the roses this month, and basically Spirit is saying that you're kind of being very thankful for your blessings, and you're not, unaware. You're very aware of what you have in your life and what is making you happy. So, but at the same time, you want more. And Spirit is saying in order for you to do that, you may not have the answers, but you're kind of venturing off into the unknown, and it's scary, but you kind of have to take a chance. So this is a month of you, a lot of you may not know the journey that you're going into, where it's going to lead you, but you have to go with blind faith, and having blind faith in everything that you do. And again, that blind faith is the word for or the message for Sagittarians out there for the month of May 2019 in everything that you do. If you've been in a kind of a battle with someone, whether this is a divorce, a separation, child support, something that has been, on a legal kind of type of pathway or wavelength, Spirit is saying that a lot of you out there will come very victorious out of this. You will, come out of this very well. But at the same time, some of you may be feeling like, you kind of had to really fight a long battle to get to where you're at right now. So, be sure, again, like I said, you're taking time to rest and really recoup that energy, and really honor yourself. This is a month of self-love as well for a lot of you Sagittarians, where you've been focused maybe on other people and doing too many things for other people. This is going to be a month in which you need to really pay attention to yourself and, your energy, and respecting and honoring that. So big angel hugs to all of you. This is the horoscope for Sagittarius for May 2019. Capricorn, this month for you, Capricorn, this is a month in which a lot of you out there could be feeling like the effects of people that have done you wrong, and seeing karma being played out this month in your favor, where, you maybe have been going through years of where someone did something bad to you, and you're seeking some kind of, karmic justice, so to speak. A lot of you will be seeing that and really understanding and seeing that this is coming from a place of karma. And karma is being served to that person or persons that have, hurt you in some kind of way. A lot of you also are feeling very stuck into a situation, almost like your hands are tied behind your back, and you really can't, your hands are tied and you really can't get out of a situation, and it's making you anxious and nervous, and maybe bringing out the not so good in you. Again, a lot of arguments in the beginning of the month, a lot of discussions for a lot of you Capricorns that are feeling very trapped. And you're one of the signs that worked very hard to get out of that. You work very hard for your coins, for your money, But at the same time, a lot of you are feeling very trapped in a situation, and it's not healthy, and you're trying to find a way out. But the Spirit is saying, in order to get out of the situation, you're going to have to kind of be a trickster. You're going to kind of have to maybe use some tactics that perhaps are not your typical Capricorn, self. Whether this is being dishonest, telling a white lie, or doing something that you shouldn't really be doing, but there's really no other way or no other choice that is being presented to you, and you feel, like I said, like before, you feel kind of like your back is like up against the wall and you're trapped into a corner. So a lot of you will be having to utilize some trickery, or being kind of nickel slick, as some people would say, in order to kind of get out of this and really kind of celebrate and enjoy, because right now a lot of you may be stuck in a relationship, or, in situations that are very stifling to a Capricorn, and you need your freedom. You need that free spirit to soar and to venture. So you're going to have to, kind of really think about your situations and what you can do within your power that doesn't hurt anyone or create more bad karma for yourself, but really kind of keeps things in balance and in order. And so a lot of you later in the month will be, really just sitting very well financially through to due to your hard work. A lot of you may be really just enjoying, and reaping the rewards right now. And some of you maybe also be thinking about love, and those of you that are maybe stuck in a fruitless relationship, or a relationship that is unhappy, you could already be putting your eyes into some other person, or getting, some kind of physical or spiritual attraction to someone else. But be careful with that, because like I said, if you're not being authentic and you're hurting other people, it's going to tip the balances of karma, and it's going to create some bad karma for you. So be sure that if you are in a relationship, that you end it before you start another one, because you don't want to be messy, and you don't want to have bad karma or bad energy follow you into your next relationship or situation ship. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And this is the horoscope for the sign of Capricorn for May 2019. Aquarius, this one's for you, Aquarius. It is going to be a month in which you are feeling, very fulfilled in a lot of areas, but there could be a lot of areas also, and a lot of decisions that you're having to make. Even though you're at a point of happiness, and, we're feeling very, overall feeling very centered and kind of, in your element, and, you're reaping the rewards, whether this is on a romantic level or your work life, etc. There's still a lot of decisions and things that are bothering you at the deepest of the corners of your mind. And when you have downtime, a lot of you are being brought to focus on these different areas that you've been neglecting, or people that you have hurt in some kind of way, or people that have hurt you in some kind of way. There's a lot of focus on these outstanding, or these outliers, so to speak, in your life right now, that you need to really reassess and kind of look at that energy. This could lead a lot of you to traveling, taking trips out there to kind of push away these thoughts and kind of erase them. But you won't be able to erase people that have impacted your life. You won't be able to get rid of them out of your life as easy as you think it would be, because there's a lesson still that is needed to be learned for some of you Aquarians out there. Again, this is not going to apply to every Aquarius signs, but whatever you've done and however someone has impacted you in your life, there is going to be some lessons that still need to be learned about this before you receive closure. So a lot of you will be, kind of ignoring these things and trying to go on living, your life as you would like to. But, karmically and universally, there's going to be roadblocks and obstacles for some of you, where you're not going to be able to reach and enjoy to the fullest potential your rewards, or the progress that you've been making, because again, there's things that are outstanding and that karmically speaking you need to address. Some of you will be spending time with your family, with friends, enjoying it, but some of you at the end of the month may be going into some kind of legal battles out there. Some of you could be sued. Some of you could be facing, some of these legalities and things like that. Maybe a divorce. Maybe it's child support. And again, this may not apply to every Aquarian out there, but some of you may be focusing on these themes through the month of April. Or towards the end of April going into May. And for some of you, this may be something totally different. It may not be anything legality, or, you know, you just kind of like, you may be in a situation where you're feeling very drained and physically, like you're tired of arguing with people. You're tired of confrontations. You're tired of your word not being good enough. And so some of you may be feeling just, kind of like you came out of this okay and you came victorious out of it, but you also experience a loss from all of this. You've lost friendships, you've lost people that were very integral to your, your well-being, and you're kind of like now in this space where you're thinking, oh God, what did I do? I burned these bridges, and there's really no going back unless I kind of suck up my pride and ego and really apologize to that person, or really come across, as really accepting. But again, it's going to be all about your authenticity and about mastering these choices and stuff that is that you don't have closure on for a lot of you Aquarians. So that's the month for Aquarius. Blessings and love and light. Pisces, this month for you Pisces, it's going to be a month in which, in the beginning of the month, a lot of you could be celebrating, having a good time with your friends and family, celebrating life to the fullest. But later in the month, a lot of you feel trapped, you feel betrayed. A lot of you could be feeling like your partner is cheating on you, or that they're not happy with you, but they stick to the relationship to kind of because you are, not wanting to let go of something that is really broken and not working. This may not apply to every Pisces out there, but for some of you, you may be stuck in that karmically. Also, a lot of you could be going through karmic lessons that are more painful this month in particular, where you're kind of feeling, judged by people. You're feeling like you're being attacked, your character's being attacked, or friends are kind of throwing shade at you, and you're asking yourself, well, why is this happening to me? Why are people treating me this kind of way? But you have to kind of go back months before and think about, what you've did to people and what, has been leading up to this situation. If you don't have any karmic debt, or you don't have any of these situations that I'm mentioning, then this may not be applying to you as a Pisces. But for some of you, if you are experiencing a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment from family, friends, or relationships ending, a lot of this could be karmic in nature, and it could be coming from months before or years before, and sometimes we don't see it because we are stuck in that, and we've changed. We're not that person that we used to be. But Spirit is asking you, to go back and reassess a lot of your life previously. What decisions have you made? Who have you burned? What bridges have you burned? Who have you hurt? And the process to trying to be happy, or to get to that level that you are in now, that space that you're in now. Some of you may have gotten there, honestly, in a very authentic manner, and doing it the right way. And some of you may have taken the shortcut, or done things that are more of a trickery, or doing things that aren't not very good energetically speaking, the lower vibration things that you're not proud of. And although you're not that person, we're always held accountable in this lifetime or in spirit time for things that we've done that are negative in nature or low vibrations. And so if these are happening to you, the best thing that you can do this month is kind of take a breather for yourself. It's going to be a little overwhelming for some of you, and some of you may find that later in the month the energy is lifted. It's very positive. You're celebrating. Some of you may be taking trips to get out of this area, or get out of this place where you're feeling very stifled right now. And so a lot of you are really kind of looking towards another person, to your partner, or to someone in your life that is a good friend for advice. A lot of you may be getting some psychic readings to get some insight from a spiritual advisor. So these are things that, because you may be feeling lost in what direction your life is heading in now. So again, this will not be uncommon for a lot of you Pisces out there. So big angel hugs to all of you out there listening. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray, and be sure to book a private psychic reading if you'd like to at www.raymondguzman.net/shop. Blessings, love, and light. Have an amazing month.